Most people have tried to budget at some point. They wrote down their expenses, they told themselves they'd spend less, and 2 weeks later, nothing changed. That's not a discipline problem. That's a system problem. The budget didn't work because it wasn't built correctly. Today we're going to fix that. There are 2 budgeting systems that actually produce results, and they work for completely different types of people. The first is the 50-30-20 rule. The second is zero-based budgeting. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which one is yours. Let's start with 50/30/20. The concept is simple. You take your monthly after-tax income and you divide it into 3 categories. 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. That's it. Needs are non-negotiable. Rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, transport to work, insurance, minimum debt payments, things you cannot function without. If your needs are eating more than 50% of your income, that's the first problem to solve. Either income goes up or a fixed cost comes down. There is no budgeting trick that fixes a structural imbalance. Wants are everything else that improves your life but isn't essential. Restaurants, streaming, new clothes, holidays, hobbies, 30% sounds generous, and it is, deliberately. Because a budget that eliminates everything enjoyable is a budget nobody follows past day 10. The 50-30-20 system works because it gives you permission to spend within defined limits. The final 20% is the most important number. Savings, investments, paying down high-interest debt. This is the category that builds your future, and here is the rule that changes everything. Pay yourself first. The moment your salary arrives, transfer the 20% immediately. Before rent, before groceries, before anything. What remains is what you live on. Most people do this backwards. They spend first and try to save what's left. What's left is always zero. The 50-30-20 rule works best for people who want simplicity. One income stream, relatively stable expenses, just starting to build financial discipline. It requires almost no maintenance. Check it once a month, adjust if needed. Done. Now let's talk about zero-based budgeting. This system is different, more precise, more demanding, and for the right person, far more powerful. The principle is this: every single dollar of your income gets assigned a job. At the end of the month, your budget equals zero. Not because you spent everything, because every dollar has been allocated to expenses, savings, investments, or debt. Nothing is unaccounted for. Nothing leaks. Here's how it works in practice. At the start of every month, you write down your expected income. Then you list every single expense you anticipate. Fixed costs first, rent, subscriptions, loan payments, then variable costs, food, transport, entertainment, clothing, then savings and investments. You keep allocating until the number reaches zero. Every dollar has a destination before it arrives. The difference between the 2 systems comes down to control. 50/30/20 gives you a framework. Zero-based gives you a blueprint. With 50/30/20, you know roughly where your money goes. With zero-based budgeting, you know exactly. Here's the part most budgeting advice skips. The reason budgets fail is not mathematical. It's psychological. People create budgets based on how they want to spend, not how they actually spend. They underestimate food by 40%. They forget subscriptions entirely. They ignore irregular expenses, car repairs, medical bills, birthday gifts that happen every year without fail. A budget built on optimism fails immediately. A budget built on your actual numbers, however uncomfortable those numbers are, works. So before you pick a system, do this. Track every expense for 30 days, every coffee, every taxi, every impulse purchase. Don't change your behavior yet. Just watch. At the end of 30 days, you will know exactly where your money goes, and you will know which budget system fits your life. If your income and expenses are relatively predictable, start with 50-30-20. If you want full control and you're serious about acceleration, zero-based is your system. One final thing, a budget is not a restriction. It is a decision made in advance. Without a budget, every financial decision is made in the moment, under pressure, under temptation, without context. With a budget, the decision is already made. You don't have to think, you just follow the plan. That is not limitation, that is freedom. The next video is about something most people only think about after it's too late. Your emergency fund, why you need one, how much, and exactly how to build it, even if you're starting from zero. If this gave you clarity, you know where to find us.